Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup, and it's in the color N12. Okay. Let's do lids first. I'm going to use the Instant Age Rewind on my lids since I've retired it for the under eye. I'm going to put a nice thick coat on. I'm going to take my Tarte Beauty Sponge and pounce that. I'm going to make sure I have all the creases. Okay. It's still a little tacky, so I'm going to take my MAC Studio Fix powder down that concealer so that my eyeshadow look will glide on. I'm going to use the I Want Candy palette. It's by Too Faced. That's what it looks like. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. I think I'm going to do a cool look again. So I'm going to take raspberry cocoa and start on the outside. This is I have no idea what this, it's a Clinique. I think it must have come with a kit. And buff this outer corner with the raspberry cocoa. This does look like, have y'all ever bought that? I think it might be Land O'Lakes makes flavored hot chocolates. That definitely was pre-keto, right? All right, let's do the other side. So it was a beautiful day yesterday. It was a beautiful Easter. Taco and I spent a lot, after Pat left to go out of town to go to work, Taco and I spent a good bit of time sitting in the yard soaking up our D. Now I'm going to take a lighter color. I'm going to take the Cream Puff and work that on the edges of this. On this side and work it on the edges of that raspberry cocoa. And now that I feel satisfied with how much that's blown out, I'm going to take the sugared strawberry on a flat, it's an M167. It's by Morphe, and sugared strawberry, I'm going to pat that on my lid. Sugared strawberry patted on the lid. Whipped cream is the sparkliest of the three white ones down on the bottom. I'm going to pat that closest to the lash line. And in the inner corner, and then some more of that strawberry, and then some more of the raspberry cocoa, some more of the cream puff. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush, the same one that I used to powder down the primer, and go along the outside with the residue, with the remainder of the MAC Studio Fix-Its on the brush. Now I'm going to copy what I did on top. Actually, I'm going to take the hot chocolate, which is even a deeper brown, and keep that on the most outer corner. So the dark brown is hot chocolate, and I'm keeping it on the most outer corner. The colors that border that, and making sure it's diffused. All right, now I'm going to take my pencil brush and take that hot chocolate underneath, and on top, still in the outer corner. Seems like that kid leaves for wherever he goes every time I'm filming, right? He's the one with the Camaro that drives it in low gear, so it makes a lot of noise. Then I'm going to take the raspberry cocoa and carry it under the center. Then the sugared strawberry. And then the whipped cream. Let's move to brows. I did get a new brow pencil. This is my new NYX brow pencil in Ash Brown. This is not the micro like the other one. I don't know. I have a hard time focusing on my shopping when Pat's with me because I'm concerned that he's bored. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. Just filled in just a few places that I'm not quite satisfied with the depth of, as far as my microblading is concerned. I felt like a toad this morning. So I'm drinking black coffee and water until I get feeling normal again. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take Frosted Pink over the sugared strawberry to brighten that lid even more. There we go. Now I'm going to run some Tom Ford eye defining pen through my lash line. I'm going to try to keep it off my, as tight to my lashes as possible. I'm not going to put any black on my my tight line, because I want to keep my waterline really bright. All right, there's the first eye. All right, let's put a highlight underneath the brow bone. Underneath the brow, on the brow bone. I'm going to go in with the Loreal and pat that on underneath the brow bone. And then come back with my brush that I used to put on the raspberry cocoa and go along the border of those two. So I got my primer and foundation on. I used the Garnier 5-second blur, and I used the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. And I'll put the details, what color and such, in the box. Let's go in with the Shape Tape. I know, this is my favorite step now. It's very concentrated, so you don't need much. So this is probably too much. It does give you, it doesn't set up too awfully quick, where you can't, where you have to, sometimes you have to do one eye and blend it in and then go to the other eye. This gives you, well, now this one is set up. Y'all probably already all know this. I'm probably so late to the game, The reason I didn't buy the Shape Tape before now is because I was so happy with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I didn't see how anything could be any better. You know what I'm saying? I got it too sharp on the sides. I like it blown out. I don't like a sharp, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's do something with our eyelashes, because that's looking, I'm looking weak-eyed. Actually, I'm looking swollen from all the MSG. I think the reason I'm so sensitive is because I'm doing the keto diet. And it makes you sensitive to everything that you used to be able to just tolerate. I'm going to use the Bad Girl Bang mascara by Benefit. I used it actually yesterday. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back to an old standby. It's Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. I always loved this one. So I have my primer, the Garnier primer, and the Loreal Lumi foundation on, and the mascara. I'm having a difficult time with my lighting. Now that the season's changed, the lighting in here has changed. And we're having problems, Houston. Okay. Also, it looks like I have foundation in my eyebrows, and it's making them dusty looking. I wanted to show you a different blush today. Let's do the Stilla convertible palette. This one's called Sunrise Splendor. I'm going to take my mop brush and dip into, I believe the name is Tulip. I'm going to go with the darkest one. First I stippled it on, and now I'm going to buff it out. You don't need to set that Tarte. It's really tarty. The Shape Tape. I have some dark circles from poisoning myself yesterday. So I'm going to add just a tad more right there. And I'll have some more black coffee. Yuck. That'll teach me. All right, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Dark Neutral and bronze up my face. So the sun's coming up. It's really bright and pretty outside. Whoa, dear, that's some dark stuff. Goodness. Bring that down some. Got my bronzer contour straightened out. And this is the Pixie Woo. This is the Pixie Woo blush brush, and I use it for bronzer every time. It's my favorite. Let's do, okay, so we have, I don't feel like there was enough payoff with the Stilla convertible, so let's go back in with that again. I'm just getting the cream blush on the tips of this. What is it? It is the Oval Mop. It's $4.25. Master's Touch from Hobby Lobby. Okay, there's that. I used this pigment. It's Quick Frost from MAC. And after Pat and I looked at and experimented with the, I don't know what brush I want to use for that, with the Unicorn collection from Too Faced. I tried this with my makeup yesterday for Easter. And I noticed in the car that this pigment reflects all the colors like the Unicorn. I told him I didn't need to buy, he wanted me to, he's always encouraging me. He doesn't want me to think that, to feel stifled with him there. He doesn't want me to imagine in my head that he's judging me for spending yet more money on makeup when I have 2 rooms full of makeup now. All right, there we go. I'm gonna put it on my top lip also. My stomach's making growly noises. Hopefully it's processing that crap from yesterday. Yes, it was a nice visit. It was a very nice visit with my children, and the food, and the food tasted good. But I'm not sure I'm willing to risk the recovery period necessary after going out to eat. You know what I'm saying? All right, I went back and pulled out a lipstick that I was thrilled about when I first got it and then abandoned it. It is the Buxom Shimmer Shock, and this one is in Dynamite. And it looks very orange. In the tube. But once you get it on, it's coral, because it's got it like the unthinned out part is orange, but the thinned out part where it wears off is got a pinky undertone. So let me see. Oh. So there's that lip. I'm going to go ahead and I wanted to show you this. This is Cover FX. That may be the one, that may be the company that had the dropper bottle of sparkles that Pat and I were looking at that was so awesome. All right. This is Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. And this has a really unique sprayer. It's a really fine mist. I don't recommend talking while applying it. And then, so I don't have a shiny center of my face, just a glowy outside. I'm going to take my powder brush from Sonia Kashuk. And do the center of my face. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look using the I Want Kandee shadow palette and a drugstore foundation. I did forget something. This is the Makeup Geek from the Full Spectrum line of pencils, and this color is Nude. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look featuring the Kandee Johnson I Want Kandee, actually the Too Faced I Want Kandee palette, shadow palette, and the Stilla cream blushes, the Buxom Dynamite lips. And then going back to an oldie but a goodie, the Lights Camera Lashes Mascara by Tarte. Hope y'all have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Just like nicotine, heroin, morphine.